Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today, a very important video, Bitcoin and crypto. Where is it going to be heading? Tomorrow we're going to have CPI. So CPI is going to be the measurement of inflation and it's going to dictate whether short term we could be going. Are we going to go down to like 100K, 90K, or are we going to go and shoot up to 115 to 120,000? And what could be happening with altcoins? I'm going to be discussing also Ethereum, XRP, somebody asked me about XRP, and also like altcoin season in general. Guys, this video is brought to you by our partner Bluefin, the best non-KYC exchange. I utilize it for all of my trades and we run so many bonuses. So make sure in the description there is a link to sign up with my code because you're going to get so many promotions with free money, free cash, USDT to go and play with. Very important. Guys, BTC now $108,161. Sentiment is absolutely terrible. I can see chopping around. 2 days ago, we went to 114,000. We totally dropped continuously. So the thing is right now, guys, the market has been very difficult. We are on basically at a point where people don't know, are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? What's going on? And because of like institutional playing games, exchanges playing games, you have to be careful right now. It's not a game anymore of following some YouTubers and say, oh, the market is going to go this way, guys. This game is becoming difficult. That's why I'm telling you right now that unlike so many other, I would say, influencers where they just, they tell you to come to their private groups and they give you zero information. With my VIP group, guys, we do updates of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. So many altcoins every single day with entry point, exit point. You can see all our trading ideas. We also have our spot trading section, when to buy, when to sell. Everything is written here with all the coins, altcoins, long term. And of course, guys, the results talk for themselves. You can see that despite these crazy markets, my pro members, guys, are still printing money. You can see everything from here. So I'm going to tell you this, guys. Do you prefer to go and really get obliterated if you're going to have a bear market or to miss on this last upcoming leg of the bull market, or you want to really start to learn properly how to invest or trade in this game? Because if that's so, guys, what you got to do is to come on our VIP. There's a trader here, also our trading results, of course, data talk for themselves. So if you are serious about making money and don't basically give all these gains back to the market makers, what you can do is to come and join. There is a link in the description as well. By now, guys. So tomorrow we're going to have inflation. Okay, inflation measured by the Federal Reserve. Everybody's already scared because basically the common consensus is that inflation is reaccelerating again by 0.3%. And it makes me really laugh because whenever I see a chart of this proportion as per Trueflation, I can have a look at the September inflation. We are at 2.27%. Now, explain to me, okay, where is inflation here? They're so scared, oh my gosh, the Fed is not going to cut interest rates. And you can see basically Trueflation here. Like for the last, I would say, since February, inflation has been stable. Okay, so basically, if you're going to see a reading less than, I'm going to show you from here. Let's say, for example, that we have a consensus of 0.3% of a rise in inflation. If you're going to see a number which is going to be basically minus, let's say minus 0.3% or even minus 0.4, so lower than the expectation, okay, not lower, let's say, for example, if they're expecting CPI at 3% and it comes at 2.9, okay, still it means inflation is increasing according to them, right? And the market makers could be using this news as, oh, this is bad. We want to see, for example, like a 2.6. Okay, if that happens, it's going to be great for, for Bitcoin, for crypto, for like risk assets, and so much more. So what is going to be the implication for Bitcoin and everything? I'm going to explain to you what is going to be my take from here. Now, first of all, guys, you can see we have a beautiful now level of diagonal support coming from this point here to this point here and to this point here, and the intersection coming from this point here, basically terminating on the 6th of November 2025. There are two important levels which I'm now taking into consideration that I could be seeing some fuckery incoming, and basically I'm paying attention to go either long or short. So 118,000 and 98 to 100,000. Why this is the case? Well, very, very simple, guys. I'm talking about data here. I'm not talking about opinions. And if I look at the data showing from, you can see from this right column from here. Look at the amount of gazillion amount of orders. And this is measured into Bitcoin, right? So we have basically almost 7,000 Bitcoins ready to be bought in between 107,000 to 98,000. And at the same time, we have many orders sitting up to $118,000. Now, some people are going to tell me right now, oh, but this is spoofing, so these are not real orders and blah, blah, blah. True, but at the same time, what is actually making me realize right now here, this basically this depth of market, is that going back to BTC, the market fuckers, that's the way I'm going to call them from now on, the market cartel, the market fuckers are probably going to try to do something like that, to maybe try to, for example, get the market, fill the orders down to here and then shoot it up like that, or they could be trying we can call this one like a B wave out to C, like I always tell you. They could be trying to go this way, do like a B correction, okay, A, B, and then a C down on the 6th of November. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is actually my scenario right now? Like, what is my scenario? What I still think, guys? In terms of macroeconomic scenario, I can see that the level of fear is like the extreme level like I've never seen before. So people are calling for a bear market, which it could be. Don't get me wrong. Maybe I'm the one I'm wrong. That's thinking we're still holding up and we could be still going higher with BTC. But at the same time, what I'm basically doing and observing right now is going to be, okay, if Bitcoin is going to go to, let's say, 100K, 900 to 100K, my VIP group, guys, is going to be notified of potential longs, which I'm going to go and open because I'm expecting from there a nice rebounding coming. So if we're going to go to this level, right, I don't think we're going to go and pierce down completely. I don't think so. It's probably going to be a rebound before. And then, of course, we have to observe. But at the same time, if from here we're going to see a nice CPI incoming, what the market makers could try to do is to go and basically retrace this dump from here until the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement to even the 0.786. Make everybody believe we are back on track, guys. Bull market is back, and then boom, push it down again before starting the real movement. But right now, considering the sentiment, considering the fear in the market, which is crazy, to me, it just gives me a little bit more of a, I would say, contrarian vibe to say, is there really that bad? I don't know. Right now, it's, to be honest, the market is the chart is looking like shit. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, right, are they trying to go and trap lots of short here and then cause like a short squeeze and then push it down even more? Okay, or are they going to go really and drop everything down like this and then they're going to basically bring it up again? So very difficult to say that, but of course, if you have a plan in place, which altcoins you're going to buy, like ourselves with the VIP, then of course, you're going to do very, very well. So everything, guys, which another thing that is important to take into consideration is the fact that if you have a look at who's causing all this bullshit here, who's causing all these drops and very choppy price action rates. If I'm going to go back again into a beautiful market terminal where, guys, if you really want an amazing institutional grade platform, I could not recommend more. It's amazing. The developers, guys, are amazing. So this is basically what's happening. Who's actually selling in spot selling? The first one, guys, is Binance, and the second one is Coinbase. I'm gonna go and cancel all of this just to show you who's actually the fucker in this game and why they should be really taken to court, these bastards. And sorry for my language, but I really believe that this is crazy. So the last, I would say, dump that we have, right, with Donald Trump, tariffs, whatever. So Binance dropped the whole thing. Coinbase is buying. Tell me how this is possible. If it's not like a fucking manipulation about everything. But this to me, I think is ridiculous. Ridiculous that they're still allowing this exchange to, and I really hope, I think it was a lawsuit coming with Crypto.com, I think they wanted to sue them. I really hope it's going to go forward. They're going to get smashed because it really is getting ridiculous right now. Anyway, sorry for the vent, but BTC, that's the plan right now. So I could be seeing, if CPI comes, good, in line with expectation, lower, we could be seeing like a relief rally up to maybe 116, 118 as per our depth of market. Otherwise, drop down to 98 to 100K, and then boom, it's probably going to continue to go higher. And I still believe, we are into bull market. Now, let's have a look at Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, very similar situation to BTC. So we are here, still into a potential downward channel, aka even bull flag. There is a nice confluence intersection coming on basically by the beginning of November, which is sitting right now at $3,400. So Ethereum, what is going to basically be happening right now is that we are basically below this important line of horizontal now resistance, which was support. And what I would like to see to see Ethereum to reclaim more strength is going to be a nice pump to the upside, so reclaiming around $4,300. If Ethereum can go back into $4,300, then we could be seeing a next resistance around 4,600, and then a potential new all-time high. So what I'm expecting right now to be coming, I probably believe that this point here, around 3,300, 400, could be touched to make everybody scared. This is the end. Bear market and all of that, and then we could be seeing probably something like this, drop, everybody scared, and then boom, big movement to the upside. And again, if we're going to break this level, then we'll probably have to change our thesis, what could be happening after. But right now, Ethereum, that's what I'm expecting. So nothing has changed really. Like I can see even many indicators on the daily chart, RSI getting super oversold, bullish divergence. So I don't know. I feel that if not, we're going to see a new all-time high. At least we're going to see a relief rally. And then I guess in the next 1 to 2 months, we're going to see the real phase of the market, where the market is going, because there are going to be so many catalysts coming, very important. Catalyst number 1, CPI. Next one next week, guys, FOMC. The Fed is going to cut rates or not. And the next one is going to be, of course, China tariffs from the 1st of November, which, of course, Donald Trump is going to chicken out. Taco Trump is probably going to chicken out and say, no, I'm not going to put these tariffs. Now, next one I want to discuss today, guys, XRP. People are asking me about XRP, what I can see, what is actually my analysis. And I hope today, guys, with XRP, I'm not going to make you too scared, okay? That's not my intention, to just show you, to make you scared and to tell you, oh, this is, doomsday scenario and all of that. But at the same time, I like to be objective. So XRP at the moment is looking so-so. Okay, you can see we basically had a pump to here. We went up to $3.70. We're now retracing. Doesn't look like there is lots of strength. But at the same time, what I'm actually very happy and what I'm observing is the following. So there is a nice important level of support coming from here. You can see that whenever we touch this area, this area, resistance, which became support, pumped again. So right now, I will say that because of this change of trend, shifting trend, what I could be seeing right now is that XRP could be revisiting this line here around 1.7, $1.8, especially BTC is going to go down to 98,000, 95,000, whatever is going to be. So if Bitcoin is going to go down, let's say another 15%, XRP could be going down to even 1.7 to 1.8. But why this is going to make me bullish? Well, first of all, guys, look at again, RSI. People don't like RSI, say it's a bullshit indicator, is lagging and all that. But at the same time, to me, on a higher time frame, has always been working very, very well. And as you can see, guys, if you're going to go and have a look at the RSI, what happened in the past? Look from here. So 2020, okay. 2020, COVID time, then boom, we went up like crazy. This time was during the bear market, went up like crazy. This time, 2024, exploded. And look at right now. So in the case that we're going to go down again to 1.7, 1.6, whatever, the RSI is going to be again into an oversold condition. So meaning that if you're going to go down to here, to me, it looks like a complete reset of this like altcoin market, which then what could be followed is going to be another impulse way to the upside, unless we just break, this one completely. But again, if it's the case of a bear market where, things are, it's over, we're not going to recover anymore, then probably we're going to continue to go down. But right now, my first scenario would be if we're going to go down to there. We're going to go down to this level, okay, and to have an oversold RSI on the weekly like it happened from here, okay, to me, looks like a pretty good bottom, to be honest, to then see a strong reaction, okay, maybe something like that. Still, we don't know if it's going to be like a lower high or high, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a big pump coming from altcoins. You can see as well, like, we were into a channel from here, okay, that was the channel that we're going up to. So let's say, for example, if XRP is going to go and drop down to here, you could be going up again to this point and to 2.7, 2.8, make like another maybe, 70% gain. To then, of course, we don't know if it's going to do that or it's going to continue higher. But to me, I think it's a very important point here. And so many altcoins are looking the same. Okay, now let's have a look as well and analyze total free. So let's have a look at Altseason, altcoins. What is the deal right now? So still, guys, I haven't changed my opinion like I never done. So compared to the I call them the free floppers, they are those like basically change their mind. They see the market pumping, they call for the bull market, then they say the market dumping, then they call for the bear markets. I basically never change my bias as for now. Okay, so I'm very happy to something changes to say, guys, I was wrong. I was expecting like altcoins to then have that movement like I was discussing before, up to I think I was saying around 1.8 to 1.9 trillion dollars. I can see people already gave up. They don't think it's going to be happening anymore. I still believe it can come. I still believe that it's not over. We could be pumping, still. And a very similar concept to, like I said before, with XRP. So RSI levels, are we going to go and drop again to, $800 billion? Altcoins are going to lose another 20-30%, poor altcoins. Are we going to go down to this level of RSI where in the past, as always, found its bottom? That's my primary opinion right now, my primary, I will say, analysis, that we're going to probably go and chop up a little bit, maybe do something like this, okay? And then eventually we could be going higher. Why? Because, I don't know, I feel that macroeconomic-wise, although the US could be in a recession soon, it could be going in a recession, I think, the next 6 months or so. I don't know when it's going to go and things are going to crack. Right now, I don't see any potential catalyst which has come to suggest that, we need to go into, safe assets, otherwise it's going to be the end of the world. Right now, I think the reason why this is happening right now with crypto is the fact that, first of all, the government shut down, there is uncertainty, money now is flowing into gold, which has also started to go down, which is quite interesting, right? Gold is going down, which means that where the money is going right now. Okay, gold is correcting a little bit. So again, what is going to be happening to gold? Also, I'm going to show you after, with the stock market. But yeah, at the moment, guys, total free, don't see any problem. Another thing which I also want to observe as well, people are telling me basically that the bull market is over because, Bitcoin is finished, its cycle, so altcoins are dead and all these kind of things. Okay, I want to show you this as well, which I think is very important. So you can see that in 2017, okay, we had here a crazy pump with the altcoins compared to BTC. So you can see basically that we were going down from June, okay, from June until December. with the altcoins in relation to BTC. We were going down, and then we had a big pump. Okay, so December 2017, we went up this way. Then we're gonna go again into another bull market where I think it was around here. Again, altcoins in relation to Bitcoin. So you start from August and you go down, okay, until the end of December, January. Complete destruction. Destroyed completely. Okay? After that, boom. Explosion to the upside. Okay, so mid-December, end of December. So right now, okay, RSI completely destroyed. Okay, from here, every time we went down with the pair, others to BTC, always around this area. We always had a rebound, okay? Here, 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 okay? Like a little bit of a relief rally. So what's going to be happening now? Okay, we're basically touching this level again. People telling me like, altcoins are dead, there is no more liquidity, too many coins, and all these kind of things, okay? So, okay, that's where we are. Let's say, for example, these others to BTC is going to continue to go down because Bitcoin is going to go to, 150K, whatever, if it's going to go there, of course. Then the others to Bitcoin is going to even suffer even more. Okay, so altcoins are not going to move. But again, looking at the potential previous bull markets where we saw 2017, boom, 2020, explosion, even 21, until August went down and then boom. So right now, if we're going to basically follow the same cycle, that's why it makes me laugh, right? That people say, oh, but according to the previous cycle, Bitcoin has stopped, right? Yeah, and according to the previous cycles, you fuckers, the Bitcoin Altseason, altcoins have always exploded like that. So how come now Bitcoin has stopped because the traditional cycles say so, but now suddenly altcoins are not going to do anything because this time is different? So this time is different for altcoins, but not for Bitcoin. And just, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. What it actually makes sense is that having a look at the history, that's what I can see. And again, here, altcoins, January 2015-16, boom, went to the upside. Look at that. RSI was completely destroyed. We went up. So again, if history is going to repeat itself, I don't know, to be honest. Altcoins could be going to zero. I don't know. They could be even doing this. But at the same time, I'm taking my bet to say, this is what I can see. December, January is a time that altcoins has always pumped a lot. Even, for example, in 2020, what was it, 2024, I think it was. 23. I don't remember. I think it was around January, February 2024, I think it was, where altcoins also pumped. I think it was this area here. From September 2023 to until March 2024, altcoins had a good pump. So again, what is going to be happening? To be honest, I don't know, but if I see this chart from here, it's telling me right now that, in my opinion, looking at this, I still believe we could be seeing a nice relief rally with altcoins. Is it going to be a exit liquidity rally? I don't know that, but that's what I can observe at the moment. Now, next one I want to talk about today, guys, is the DXY, Dollar Currency Index. I don't know how many times I said Bitcoin is going to go to 100K. This one is going to probably correct to 100, 101. And that's the reason why I'm still a little bit thinking we could be seeing more fuckery incoming. So, and it's okay. It's okay. We're going to see, for example, DXY to correct up to this area, okay, up to 100 to 101, could be posing some, I would say, downward risk into BTC. But at the same time, like we like to observe, and it's very important, is this going to be a complete change of trend with the US dollar, or is actually like a bearish retest? Okay, because there is a line from here of DXY, and also there is another line down to here, okay, around 87 to 88. So the question I'm actually thinking is, the Fed is probably going to end very soon the QT. It's going to go into QE, expending more money, more liquidity, potentially having the dollar to go down even more if that is going to happen. So what is going to be happening if the economy is still holding quite well and the Fed is going to continue to cut rates? We're going to see more money to the economy, more QE, and this one breaks down like that. Where is it going to be go? Where is the money going to go? Into gold? Well, yeah, it could be happening with gold as well, but I don't know. I feel like gold probably could be if there is like a break in the economy with some banks falling. That could be the case, but if the economy is still holding relatively well, I don't know. I feel that it's probably going to be more a shift into risk assets than gold, if that's the case. Okay, so the XY, that's what I'm expecting. Now, another important metric we always have a look that can tell us pretty much where we are. Bitcoin dominant chart, guys. Very important chart as always. So again, people are telling me, oh, but this time is different. It's over and all of that, and the Bitcoin dominant chart is looking like that. So what is actually quite interesting is that there is, I would say, an interesting metric we can have a look at right now. I can't really comment too much on 2017. I mean, yeah, a little bit, yeah. 15, 16, because there is not so much information. But if you actually observe what happened in 2017, okay, so we had a drop in July with the Bitcoin dominance. Then we had a complete pump up again. Okay, I think BTC did like a blow off top, and then another crash. So A, and then you see a B, and then you see a C. Okay? Now, 2020, we basically went and had a top coming like in December 2019. Then drop, another pump until December to make basically everybody believe, let's see, Bitcoin is going to go to the moon. And then we totally collapsed. Okay? Now, this time, we're here. Okay? So we had first pump up to here. Then we went down again. History is showing us that 2017, two impulses, and then we went down. 220, two impulses, we went down. Is this time going to be different? Or is it going to be the same? We're going to have one more impulse to the upside, and then we're going to continue down. So I guess you can draw your own conclusion. Please tell me, what do you think? Do you think that, let's see, Bitcoin dominance is going to rise forever and altcoin season is over, is going to be only a Bitcoin market, or something is going to change, or this pattern is going to be repeated up again? Okay? Nobody knows. Guys, a couple more things to discuss today, and then I'm going to let you go. It's number one, guys, USDT dominance. Again, very important chart because it's going to show you exactly why right now crypto is not pumping. As you can see, guys, the dominance is increasing, and you can see now more evident a potential inverted head and shoulder here. So what is very important about this is that, as I explained to you last time, we're still in a downtrend here. We're still basically into a diagonal resistance, and until proven otherwise, until we're going to go and break this neckline from this area, is still considered a downtrend. And this downtrend could be probably going down, even down to here. Maybe not down to 1.5, but it could be easily going down to this area, about 2.5 to even 3%, which means that, of course, altcoins are going to perform very well in relation to Bitcoin, in relation to anything else. But at the same time, if you're going to be breaking up this way, of course, won't be ideal for crypto and for altcoins, and we could be seeing a more meaningful correction incoming. But right now, until proven otherwise, I got my level here, the other level is here. I guess we had to see what's going to be happening next. And guys, the last thing I want to discuss today is the US 10-year Treasury yield. As you can see, we are now breaking down from this important triangle, as you can see. And again, CPI tomorrow is going to be very important for this. Why? Because if CPI comes I would say, lower than expectation, lower than whatever, the 0.3% increase in inflation. This one is going to break down, okay? And the target I'm thinking for the 10-year yield is going to go probably to 3%. And why this is important? For one simple reason. That the institutions are not going to be placing money into basically government bonds to get 3% per annum, where what they could be doing, if the Fed is going to cut rates and the economy is still holding up okay, they could be putting money into crypto, into risk assets, stocks, whatever, and make more money. So the breakage of this point from here, which in general is a leading indicator, is basically telling us that the Fed should be able to cut next week. And if they cut next week, the market could price in multiple rate cuts, therefore pumping the prices higher. But again, if CPI comes higher than expectation, this could be still seen as a more like choppiness and more correction to the upside. It's going to go up this way, and probably we're going to continue a little bit more. So very critical tomorrow to see this is going to break down. And the last thing I want to discuss as well, S&P 500, guys. SPX, we're here right now. Have we topped with the SPX? As I said so many times, a healthy correction down to 6,400, down even to 6,200 is going to be good to see like our last leg to the upside. So if, of course, SPX is going to correct, it's probably going to drag crypto down with it. But is this correction obvious that we're going to go down? Nobody knows. Okay, so right now, it looks like, that we need some sort of a, I would say, cool off. But again, guys, observing, for example, gold, we never had this type of correction. So let's see how things are going to unfold. But to show you, all the data, I'm thinking that although we could be seeing, a more sustained correction for the next maybe, few weeks, are still of the opinion of a nice uptrend reversal potentially coming for the next month or so. So let's see how things are going to play out. But anyway, if you like this video of the day, please give me a nice like, and I hope you really enjoyed this analysis. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for another update. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.